Welcome back. Damsels in Distress, Demons and Daughters, Act 2.
Woo! Yay.
Joining us at the table is everybody.
Hi.
From left to right, we have Kitterkans, we have Morne,
It's Act 2 and you still don't know Morne's name.
Maijai, Hibbard, Taya, Campbell over.
Not Campbell under.
Not yet.
Campbell went.
Oh. Anyway, and I am their dungeon daddy.
Wyndon
Rufus
Rufus Winters.
No. Moving swiftly on. We are back. We are doing shorter episodes with the same amount of content just to mix things up and see how that works. And we're going to broadcast every week to make up for that, not just bi-weekly. Surprise for you people at the table, because I don't keep anybody up to date with what I'm doing.
When are we doing talks then?
On a different day.
Oh,
We're going to do talks on a Monday at 7 p.m.
cool.
This is not how we make all our decisions. I can promise you.
Are you sure about that one?
Are you sure about that?
Either way, we will put all the full details of our new schedule on all of our socials, and we will have all of that very clear, so you will not be confused.
Wednesdays at 7, though, we will be broadcasting our show. And talks is Mondays at 7.
Okay.
I've written it down now. It's legit. So, without further ado, let's do a catch-up first. I like to start with a catch-up and then put the little funky
The intro.
intro in.
The funky music.
Last we left off, a few weeks ago,
Oh my god.
the children had investigated, heard rumours of a ball, a secret ball in the Tun, with a moon theme, and went undercover. The Viscount was incredibly kind enough to offer them a sort of false identities using some of his distant family members. Kind fellow that he is and was and is. You went to investigate. Things seemed off very early on. You broke away. You were trying to look in some libraries and stuff. You came across somebody else who seemed to be rather suspicious.
That's suspicious.
And their character name is in my notes.
Wow.
Anne Marie.
Close.
Mar-
I'll go round.
Mary Ann.
Yeah.
There we go. I knew it.
What's her last name?
Anne Marie.
Marianne Anne Marie.
Yeah. It's probably Elizabeth.
Last name, isn't it? Just her name was Mary Ann Elizabeth.
Someone out there has the last name Elizabeth, and I apologise for what.
Making fun of you, yeah.
What is your last name? I always forget.
Calvert.
Calvert. I keep wanting to say
Yes,
Calvert.
you should remember it's her husband's
Cravat.
name.
Marianne Cravat.
Yes.
Calvert.
Ultimately, obviously, you
We found a magic coat.
you went downstairs to the basement. You sent Albert in first.
Yeah, we didn't.
And then immediately turned around and walked away and left him to die. Which is quite the choice.
Situation was a bit
Quite
more
the
nuanced
choice.
than that.
Yeah.
It was you go first, let's leave.
No, but he knew that we weren't going to be.
Yeah.
Coming. We were waiting for him to come.
He
in
was going
there.
to be a spy and scout it out and then
Yeah.
come and tell us. He just never came back out.
And then we had to leave, or we were going to be killed.
Then, yeah, some sort of ritual seemed to be performed. A giant portal opened up in the dance hall. The Viscount saved a couple of lives, that sort of stuff. Great guy.
I'm just waiting for you to.
Save the rest of the catch up.
Anyway, yeah, so a portal, tentacles, screaming, blood.
Marianne's husband.
Marianne's
trapped in there.
We don't know that.
Couldn't have
We
find
couldn't
him.
find him.
We couldn't find him. He might have.
No one had seen him.
He might have just wandered off to be in the garden.
You rolled so many dice, so low every time. Well done.
Many
Congratulations.
So we all rolled to look for him. Every single one of us.
Yeah, so you escaped with your lives after they tried to force you into the... Jumped
Definitely got cholera.
So, yeah, we're gonna die in a couple of weeks anyway.
through. Managed to, swim to shore just a couple of streets down from the, from your hideout. Whereupon strange beasts
I just can't breathe.
ambushed you, viciously attacking you all. It took all your might and magic, everybody's might and magic, to escape. Not quite unscathed. Rosalind, of course, was saved by the Viscount as he cast Dimension Door and whisked her away and asked for her hand,
And
as one does.
By
I
force.
can't believe you think this man is morally grey. You drank magic blood.
I drank some blood.
Turned into your demon form.
I am currently in it.
And then you were hiding behind a wall when someone showed up.
Albert is alive.
Yep.
Yay.
The bizarre woman that you met, the serving woman that you met earlier in the evening, turned up with a couple of guns and started blasting demons left,
Sounds
right, and
familiar.
centre.
Sounds like someone else.
Who ran into battle and got torn up and left for dead.
He hasn't been left for dead. We're literally,
Doing a medicine check on him.
as we come in.
Torn up and left for dead, unconscious, bleeding out from a grievous.
Grievous.
You're killing Morne, I think.
We can edit that out. Grievous wound in their shoulder as she fell unconscious, and her little hat thing fell off. And
How?
yes, she did. As this little hat fell off and rolled to the side, and this woman became Harold Pentecost, an unconscious man with his top hat rolling off to the side.
Oh my god, my feelings.
Where is
And that's, we'll leave that. And then we'll have our little intro.
Oh my god. Start the fucking episode.
I'm gonna go. We don't start it in the next like.
We've already begun.
Okay, you didn't say that.
Eyes up, Rosalind. Sit up straight,
Oh my god.
just like Mother taught you.
Fuck you.
Are you running or walking?
I'm staggering, I think. I think she's moving as fast as she can in the state she's in, which is just like overwhelming shock and like confusion, and I'm gonna presume I'm in pain.
As you stagger through the streets on sort of unconscious autopilot, finding your way back to your base. you hear the voice in your head repeating over and over. I'm terribly sorry, Rosalind. I really must have your hand. I really must have your hand. I'm terribly sorry, Rosalind. I'm sorry, Rosalind. I really must have your hand. I'm terribly sorry, Rosalind. I'm terribly sorry, Rosalind. I really must have your hand. Your hand. I'm terribly sorry, Rosalind. I really must have your hand. And that voice repeats and repeats and repeats. A barn owl screeches over your head. It sets off dogs barking. A rat scurries across in front of you. You barely notice it. All you hear is, I'm terribly sorry, Rosalind. I really must have your hand.
There's nothing else she can do. She's just going to keep, kind of ricocheting down the streets, whatever way, this, like you said, the autopilot of knowing my way home. And I just know that's all I can think of, and that's all I need to do is get back home.
Roll a d20.
That's 4.
Cool. You are lost in the streets of London. Back to you guys. The three of you are standing around this unconscious Harold. Blood is pooling on the ground. I believe you did a medicine check to stabilize him last episode.
Yeah, so I believe it was Marianne who did that. So she's kneeling there, pressure on the wound to try and stop the bleeding, and trying to bunch of fabric over to just release the pressure. An explanation would be quite useful right about now.
Talia loses her demon form. So that's fun for me.
Your body shrinks and cracks, and human flesh, skin reforms around, and find yourself dressed in just your coat.
I'm gonna go back over to the tree that they were at, grab my sword, and just start looking around for Rosalind.
Did Rosalind do it? Did he do it? You don't know.
Well, I saw him grab her.
You don't know. You know that she can cast spells. On an 11, I wouldn't say you are positive he did it, but...
No, but I'm certain that she didn't. So...
Albert takes over wrapping and bandaging Harold.
I'll just assist.
Tightly tears some of his torn off shirt. He ties it around, holding some of the extra padding down there. Harold's breathing seems shallow, but his pulse is strong-ish.
You said there was a place we could get to for safety.
Guess we need to get home now. Someone's going to have to help me with Father. He's not the lightest.
I can assist.
Just a couple of streets away.
Talia is...
Talia, put your head in the game. Let's go.
And I'll grab my dagger and I'll start carrying her out.
Okay, the two of you pick him up. And yeah, start making your way back over. It's only 2 blocks away, 3 maybe. It's the middle of the night, there's nobody around. As you make a Yeah, one of you roll a d20.
Oh no. 3.
You do not see Rosalind on the way back. As you turn the corner into the narrow street that is the entrance to the Brotherhood's lair, you see a couple of shapes standing outside in the dark. Big burly one, smaller, sly, older man by the looks of it. You get closer, you see that it's Jonathan and the other one. Thomas. Do you call out to them? After a moment, they see you coming. They rush towards you. Jonathan speaks first. What happened? What? Harold? Where's Rosalind?
She's gone.
What do you mean she's gone?
I don't know where she's gone.
Let's get you inside now. Now. Quick. Where did you lose her?
They just disappeared.
What do you mean disappeared?
They flashed and they disappeared, and I don't know where they've gone. I thought.
As all this is happening, you're moving into the house, into the lift, heading down into the lair.
I passed Taya a handkerchief.
And who are you?
I was at the ball when things went wrong.
Right.
I knew something of disappearing children, and somebody who had been framed for a crime for looking into it. So I was trying to find answers, and I think I found some that were very different to what I was expecting.
Very well, now is not the time, I suppose, for anything more than expedient action. Right, we need to move Howard into a bed. These are serious wounds. What attacked you? One of you speak, please.
They were like dog-like creatures, but monstrous.
As you say this, you enter the room and Lucas is standing there. He hears you describe these monstrous dogs and just falls to the floor, his eyes wide.
I'm going to go grab him by the shoulders, pull him up. I need you to do something.
It's happening again. I want to do this again.
You don't need to leave. I just need to know where she is.
I can't do it again.
You don't have to go anywhere. There must be some way that you can find her.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Bro, I don't need disadvantage. Oh my
No, you don't. Natural one?
2 natural ones in a row.
Wow.
So that's a 0.
He breaks away from you and just runs off down the hallway, presumably.
Oh no, it's a 2. It's still a natural one, but I have +1 in persuasion.
Rosalind, as you stumble through the streets of London, that voice in your head again, just over and over and over and over. You're clutching the stump of your hand, the burning sensation just throbbing with the pulse of your heart. You really must have your hand. I'm terribly sorry, Rosalind. Make another d20. Make a survival check.
13.
13, okay. You recognise Fleet Street and start to make your way back.
Okay. So I think I know where I'm
Mm-hmm.
going and I recognise my surroundings now.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep going.
Is anyone helping Albert?
I will assist and I'll look at the other men who are just sort of standing around and be like, you've been informed that there's a girl missing. Will you please at least try to find her? No, I'll carry Albert. Oh.
Sure. So you and Albert head off to one of the rooms to put him down in and stuff. You sort of follow Albert's lead. That leaves Jonathan and Thomas in the room with you two. Thomas comes to Agatha, puts his hands on your shoulders. Are you okay? You don't have a scratch on you? I'm glad you're safe.
That's my father.
Thought I recognised him.
I need to I need to go see him, and I just walk straight past and follow wherever Albert and Marianne have gone.
Sure. Thomas sort of follows behind you. Leaves you and Jonathan. Explain to me. Try to remember the details. Perhaps there's some clue we can...
What? They came in and she ran over to a tree to get away. And then he followed her. And then it bit her and I tried to help her and then she tried to hurt her and it didn't work and then he grabbed her and there was a flash and then they were gone. And I don't know where they've gone.
This is disturbing news. Disturbing indeed. And as you try your best to describe the situation as you're talking, you can hear the sound of the lift grinding again the stone down the hallway. There's a clunk as the mechanism finishes its descent. The doors open, and you're greeted with the sight of a blood-stained, bedraggled Rosalind. Her face pale.
I'm like running in and grabbing her, holding you, and like sobbing.
Make a perception check.
I'm
13.
trying to keep my hand, like, instinctively away so she can't see.
Okay, well, if you're actively trying to hide it in a 13, you don't notice for now.
What happened?
Okay.
And I'm gonna like get her up and start to like guide her towards a room.
Mm-hmm.
Whichever we hit first, the bedroom or the room that Jonathan was in.
Probably to any room. I mean,
Like one of those two rooms.
the first room in is the main sort of loungy area, the drawing room of sorts.
I'll do that then.
Okay. On a 13, I would say you do notice that she seems to be perhaps hiding a wound or something on her left-hand side. It seems she's sort of, protecting that side of herself.
Right. I'm going to sit you down. And the drinks are in this room.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go pour us both a drink.
Mm-hmm.
And I will hand you the drink.
I'll take it and sort of take one long drink and then put it down.
You found Harold.
What? How? What?
The woman with the guns. It was him.
Oh, is everyone... all right?
Where did she go?
I don't... He just vanished again.
Are you looking at it?
No, I'm looking at the floor. I'm just not looking at you.
Make a deception. Well, no, stealth, I feel like, because deception is more...
Yeah,
Make a stealth check.
it's more stealth than deception, I think. That's a dirty 20.
Cool, yeah. You are keeping it hidden.
Does it hurt?
It throbs.
Harold is not good. The rest of us are fine.
Right.
You have a few cuts on you, Rosalind. Do you need to be looked at? Right. Let's check you out. And he goes to move towards you to inspect your wounds. There's a bite on your bicep. Is that what we decided? Yeah. On your left hand? Mm-hmm. So he takes out your left hand, moves it towards him, revealing it. Immediately, both people there see that your hand is missing. My God. What did he do to you?
I don't know. I think it was his sword, but it burned and it didn't bleed anymore, and then he disappeared, and I don't know, but he just disappeared, and he didn't.
Okay. It's going to be okay. The wound appears to be cauterized, so...
What does that mean?
A heat has been applied to it to stop the bleeding. So you don't seem to be any danger of blood loss.
I've not looked at it until this point, and I'm going to look at it now.
What you see is, did you have sleeves?
Yeah, they were like long, floaty sleeves.
Okay, so
I'm presuming they got quite ripped when the demon went.
Yeah. Okay, so the sleeve sort of ends at the elbow anyway. It had been ripped and torn. The rest of your hand ends perhaps an inch below. Sorry, the rest of your arm ends about an inch below where your hand would have started. You just see a sort of blackened, very clean-cut stump, like straight off, with these sort of black tendrils around the sort of edges going down towards your elbow, perhaps an inch or so. It's crispy, it's black, you can barely look at it. We should tend to this to avoid any sort of infection. I'll dress the wound, it may sting. We'll need to use some alcohol. He moves over to get to the cabinet to get the sort of first aid kit, I suppose you'd call it. Howard's been placed in one of the beds. You're sort of Albert sort of not fussing over him, but just sort of making sure he's comfortable, checking his breathing, making sure the bleeding is not too bad. I'm not sure what else I can do for now. He seems stable, but not conscious. I have to say that medicine is not my particular area of expertise, but he saved my life. Where were you? Why didn't you come after me?
We were in the garden.
But I left you right behind me. I trusted you. I'm sorry, of course, I should not expect so much of you. It's my mistake. I'm just... It was quite the experience. But we found Father at least. At least. He saved us all. As he is wont to do. You do not look in the best of shape either. I'm sorry, I forgot your name.
Mrs. Daniel Calvert.
Mrs. Daniel Calvert, very well. Yes, perhaps you should see Jonathan and he can tend to your wounds.
Thank you.
I would like to stay with my father.
Of course. Just ensure he is sat with until he wakes up.
Yes, of course, we'll sit by his side. He's lost so much blood. Damn it, we need a healer. Thank you. Thank you. Please tend to your own wounds.
Oh, leave.
I'm just knelt down on the side, just holding his hand and just crying.
Albert drapes a blanket around your shoulders. You look cold. Not a scratch on you, though. Who would have thought? You would have been proud of you. Will be proud of you. I'm sure.
I'm sorry.
I know. It's okay. It was, Of course, I pushed you headfirst into a situation you were not ready for. It was my fault. But we seem to have all extricated ourselves. For now. We're safe here. We're safe. We're safe. We're safe here.
I hope that he's alright.
I'm sure he will be. We'll do what we can. Wait with him, I'll get you some tea. Meanwhile, it's a clean cut. I think it will heal well if we can stave off any infection.
He has Papa's ring. And I couldn't stop him and I couldn't do anything.
You weren't to know. None of us would.
No, I was stupid, like I always am, Jonathan. And there's nothing to be done anymore.
Stop it. It wasn't your fault and you know it wasn't.
I gave it right to him. I wrote to him all those years. I told him everything he needed to know. And
I'm going to walk over.
And he, the whole time he was...
And I'm going to sit down and hold it. You weren't to know anything for the whole time.
But
If you what?
If I had been different, if I had been...
No, if people who knew about the world that we lived in had tried to stop or looked into anything, then it wouldn't have happened. It's not your fault.
I trusted him for years. I thought he cared about me, and he has Papa's ring, and I can't find Papa now because I can't see him, and I can't have lost it, and I can't.
Okay, we're going to find it.
Can I do without it? Can I, Jonathan? Can I? Or is that gone too now?
I believe your father often didn't use the ring.
I'm not my father.
He was able to, I believe, use spells through a number of different objects that he was acquainted with. I don't understand the details.
Why don't you
I'll go check on Lucas. If we can get him settled, perhaps.
I don't want to scare him.
I should check on him anyway. Make sure he doesn't hurt himself.
You can heal people.
I don't know anymore. I can try. I'm gonna try and cast Healing Word on myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna attempt. Where are my spell slots gone? So I haven't used this tablet in ages. Show me my spells. Does it work?
Make an Arcana check.
Okay. 8.
No. I think just the state that you're in right now, you can't focus. You haven't even thought about picturing your little candle flame.
Doesn't mean that it's gone.
The voice in your head says it's gone. You're useless. You can't cast magic anymore.
With me. Where?
I'm going to take your hand and lead you to the bathroom and start running the bath. And I'll like take the pins out of your hair and like try and like get some of the knots out.
I need all of it gone. I'm just like, just pulling at all the pearls that are on my dress and all the pearls that he gave me.
Sure, they start to scatter and break and fall onto the floor and roll. Some of them catch on the gaps in the tiles, others just disappear into the dark.
I need everything that says to be gone. I can't.
I will just start taking all the pearls off of you.
Yeah, Jonathan sees to your wounds. But yeah, so the major sort of injuries of on your flesh have all sort of been healed. The burns and the acid, if there was. The gouges, the shot wound in your thigh is still sore and fresh. That's a natural 20. It's fine. He's professional. He bandages, removes the bullet from your leg.
Jesus.
Yeah, obviously it hurts, but Marian's really composed about the.
I'm still sat on the side of the bed holding my father's hand, and I assume that my other hand is in Thomas's hand, and I'm just sat there just thinking and I guess wallowing. I don't really know what to do with myself. Like there's nothing I can do other than just sit and cry. So that's all I do. I don't really engage in the conversation. There's a lot of and yeahs.
Yeah, I remember him. He was very funny. Really entertaining. Life of the party. He seemed like a good guy. He is a good guy. I don't really pretend to understand what's going on. It's all a lot, but I'm glad you're safe. Guess Madam B knows more, that's why she's so protective of you, but yeah, it'll be okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. It's just what you say, isn't it?
What if he wakes up and he sends me back home?
I mean, you can always come back to the Velvet Masquerade.
I won't. I want to. I'm just scared.
It's okay. I don't think he's going to wake up anytime soon anyway. I'm sorry. Maybe you should try and get some sleep. I can wait with him if you want until your brother gets back.
No, let's wait for Albert and then...
Okay.
But I want to sleep in the room opposite. I'm not leaving.
Okay. I'll go see if I can find a key.
I'm strong.
And I just
Mm-hmm.
turn back to Father and just look at his face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's very pale.
Mm.
Yeah, sort of unshaven. But that's often the case with him anyway. That sort of patchy red look that he always has on him, where he's always just slightly too warm, is just missing. The sort of eyes are very grey. You've never seen him so small.
The thought flashes in my head is that the way that I'm looking at him right now is that how he used to look at me. Oh my god.
And you think about the times that he sat beside your bed, holding your hand,
Mm-hmm.
telling you that everything would be okay. After a little while, Albert comes back with a tea for you, puts it in your hands.
Thank you.
You should drink it. Stay warm.
Can I sniff the tea?
Sure. Sniff the tea.
Sorry.
Make a
Perception.
I'm insight checking.
perception, not insight.
Oh, 6.
Cool. It's just a normal cup of tea, yeah?
I guess I drink it, but I'm not feeling the best, so it's like very slow. Just slow sips.
Don't look at me like that, guys. I'm not going to just poison my players to
No, I don't think
help
you
them
poisoned
sleep
me.
well.
I think you've put yeah, that's what I think you've done to help me sleep well.
That is 100% what you would.
Yeah. That is what you've done, isn't it?
Outrageous.
Well, I haven't drank it all yet, so I'll be fine for the time. I'm gonna sit there until Thomas comes back and continue holding my father's hand. Oh, thank you.
I am your father.
And sip my tea.
Yeah, he comes back. Couldn't find a key. Looks like quite a few of these doors were just broken into.
Yeah, that was Talia.
So is that how we opened the doors here?
It seems to be how Talia opened doors. It seems to be a common thing.
Okay. Wait right here.
Wait, what? Here.
So he goes back into the hallway. You hear a big thud. Oh, oh. Ow.
Did you try to knock down the door?
Yeah.
Did it work?
No. I think I'm gonna have a bruise there. Could try with the other shoulder, I suppose. Hold on. Oof. I think that door's really stuck.
Talia just walks around the corner.
It's fine. We'll go in another room, but I want to keep the door open.
I mean, ours is only 2 doors down anyway, but I understand. Sleep well, sister. Try and get as much rest as you can. I'll wait with father.
I think I need to bathe.
I mean, I didn't want to say anything. But now that you've brought it up, I guess I can agree, yes. Maybe I could run you a bath. Get it all ready for you.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking around. Looks like there's quite a few different soaps and oils and things.
Yeah.
I'll come get you.
Mm-hmm. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
not gonna sit on the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Grime. On me, not on the bed. So that could be.
Would you be able to clarify some certain things for me?
Nobody has said anything.
Doesn't know anything.
Marianne was like, an explanation would be good. And we were like, no.
Cope.
I believe from what the others said that it is not safe for us to leave at night. Would that also, or they said it applied to them. Since the things I have now seen, does that also apply to me?
I would suggest that that you've seen nothing. But yes, you should remain here for now. I think would be best for everybody, including yourself. Yes, it's best to remain here.
But in the daytime, I will be able to leave.
I think probably best to remain here for now.
Sir, there seems to be a misunderstanding. My husband was at that same ball.
I think until we've got a full assessment of the situation, we should all remain here, perhaps get some rest, and then if we can work out exactly what happened last night, we can come up with a better idea of what we should do next.
Well, I can certainly give you an account of what at least my understanding of the events were. And I think I am certainly owed some answers.
Yes, very well. Tell me, what do you think you saw?
Well,
That's just how people talk back then to women.
Marianne does not look like she's appreciating how he's talking to her. When midnight struck, something terrible happened. The people were not able to leave. It was... People could be forced to enter, but once they were within the room, it was as though there was a wall keeping them contained within. And strange sights began to appear, and monstrous tentacles, appendages erupted and slaughtered the people within.
I see. Very well. When the others are rested and more able to corroborate your story, we can choose our next steps wisely, I believe. I can arrange for a private room for you here to get some rest.
That would be appreciated.
Please don't wander far, but you're welcome. This room is... You're welcome to just... Yes. I'll be back in moments. Oh, there are baths just down this corridor. You're welcome to use those too. Very well. And he leaves.
I think I just want to go to bed. Wait, my ring from your... I'm gonna get up and find this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna presume I left it on our night dresser, and I'm gonna put it on the wrong hand, but where it goes now, I guess. Yes. Will you stay with me? Please?
Wouldn't dream of leaving.
I'm sorry.
You have nothing to be sorry for.
I should have listened to you, you knew. I should have listened to you.
Well, I didn't know that this was going to happen.
I know, but you're so much wiser about these things than I am, and I knew that, and I should have listened to you. And I'm sorry.
You do not need to be sorry. Told you you are always forgiven. For everything, for anything.
I don't know what I'm to do now. I can't ever go home. And I can't do anything here anymore, so I don't know what to do.
I'm gonna like move to get into the bed and like hold the blanket up for you so that you can come in. And I'll hold you. You are an awful lot stronger than you think you are.
I don't know why you think these things about me.
Because they are true. You forget that nobody knows you like I do. This is just another thing for us to handle together.
And it's not going to get better. I'm never going to be... It's never going to be the same again.
Well, it was also never going to be the same again when we left home. And it was never going to be the same again when we found out that magic was real. And it was never going to be the same again when we found out that I can turn into a beast.
Don't call yourself that.
There is nothing wrong with you. This does not stop you being beautiful. And I will never stop thinking that you are perfect.
I love you.
I love you.
I love you so much.
And as you settle in for the night, getting the sleep that you can anyone get a good night's sleep?
Well, I am pretty exhausted. I think I might. There's a chance I could just pass out. Like, I'm not going to sleep well or have nice dreams, but I think I sleep.
If I have been poisoned, I will sleep fine. But
Not saying anything. And that's where we'll bring it to a close for now.